Hello, my name is Chris Russell. I'm Chief Preparator and Conservator at the Art Gallery of Greater Victoria, and I'm responsible for the care of Emily Carr's artwork in the collection. When artists work in a traditional manner with traditional media, generally conservators are happy because things don't go wrong. It's when they step outside the boundaries and experiment with new media and techniques that sometimes we run into difficulties. And this is what happened with Emily Carr's artwork. Her earliest work generally are watercolours with traditional watercolour paper and good quality paints, and they've survived very well for almost 100 years. Emily's big breakthrough came in the 1930s when she developed a technique, or invented a technique, of painting with oil colours drastically thinned down with gasoline to give the effect of watercolour, but in a much more dramatic colour and tone. Although this new technique liberated her artistically, the downside was that she used the poorest quality materials, cheap manila paper, very thin paper, which yellowed over time. The paper, which was initially a cream colour, was often left unpainted in areas. The colour of the paper would have glowed through the paint. This, unfortunately, has now turned brown over the years. The problem for the conservator with a painting such as this, which is mounted on a very, very heavy but very acidic cardboard, is to remove the paper without damage. The processing involves a series of water baths in distilled water. The first bath generally loosens the paper. The second bath then dissolves most of the paste or the glue that's still adhering. And then another bath is to remove more of the discoloration. Finally, when it seems to be as clean as can be, the paper is deacidified in a bath to give it an alkaline buffer. At this stage, the paper has lost the deep, deep brown colour and returned to a lighter yellow, but unfortunately it will never be completely the same as it was originally. Then, of course, it has to be framed and glazed. We frame and glaze the works using an ultraviolet filtering glass or plexiglass. Finally, we have to control the relative humidity and temperature in the space in which it's stored or exhibited. The higher the humidity, the more rapid the deterioration. And then, of course, there's always a danger of mould, actual mould growing on the surface of paper, which would be disastrous. Ideally, if the works could be kept at almost freezing point, we'd preserve them for very much longer, but it makes it very difficult for viewers to see them. So